The wraps off Lennox Lewis again. Lewis in the red shorts. For those of you who need identification, I can't imagine there are too many. Lewis needing to just maybe reimpose himself in this round and starting fast.
Yes, I think he's been told that in the corner. He's been told he's got to take the fight to Bruno, and he's done that. A good double jab and right hand.
There are the scoring punches so far in the first couple of rounds. 23 each. It's close. That's a good overhand right from Bruno. Did Lewis take that? He looks in a spot of bother. And Bruno looks to follow up. Remember how he had Mike Tyson going in the first round in his last attempt to win a world title. That shook Lewis up a little bit, but he's still there. Key moment in the fight, that, Glenn.
A very good moment. Good shots from Bruno. He's very sharp, he's very fast, and that took Lewis by surprise, and I'm sure that did hurt him. Lewis has got to fight back strong from this. He's got to stamp his authority on this fight.
This is an excellent performance so far from Bruno. Can he keep this up? Lewis starting the round very fast, looking to impose himself. Bruno coming in with that crashing punch, and Lewis looked bothered by it, but he didn't go down, and he's still there.
I think Bruno's getting the success because he's using his strength, he's forcing the fight, and he's using a very good jab. Good moments for Frank.
There's a slightly worried look on Lewis's face at the moment. And Bruno, there's no doubt about it, is giving him a hard time. This is not the fight a lot of people expected to watch.
Lewis he's neglecting that jab a little bit. He's looking, I think he's a little bit perplexed by Frank's success, and he's trying for that big overhand right rather than trying to keep him up with his jab. Lewis has got to get his own jab working.
He's got his gloves down very low as well, Lewis, and he was caught by that right hand of Bruno's. He may be dicing with danger a little bit with the guard that low, but a bit of showboating from Lewis there, just to show Bruno maybe that his confidence is still there. Gone, and Bruno, no doubt about it, landed the biggest punch of the night so far in that one.
Definitely a very good round for Frank. He caught Lewis with some good shots, a good double jab and a right hand, which gave him the best success of the fight so far. And the corner must be very pleased with Frank.
Now let's see if we can see this punch again, this key moment.
Well, he's using his authority here. He's very strong, he's taking it forward. There's the double jab in the right hand. And Lewis did shake a little bit. He just seemed to get on the tail end of it, but then we see Frank's strength, and this is what we were looking for. Frank to pull him around, use that strength.
Now that was always going to be a crucial moment, how Lewis reacted when Bruno landed with one of his big shots, and he was shaken, but you might say not stirred.
I think that's a good description. He came back from it well.
Fourth round. A confident start from Frank Bruno, but you feel that there may be one or two more twists and turns ahead of us. Fascinating stuff after the midnight hour in Cardiff. Now Lewis has been told by the corner, it's quite clear, to get working behind his jab more.
Well, that was a key thing that he had to do, and he was neglecting to do that in the early rounds. He was not using that jab, and he was getting caught. Now he's starting to use it, and he's getting a bit more success. So the corner must have told him, and he's got to keep using it. It's a key weapon in this fight.
And Bruno comes back once again and has success with his really good stiff ramrod jab. That's always been one of the big plus points in his weaponry. It's a battle of the jabs in many ways. The two of them looking to work other openings off the jabs.
The jab is always a key punch, and especially with these two fighters who depend on their jab. They've both got very good shots after the jab, but you've got to get your jab working and landing before you can land them big bombs.
Neither fighter really is slipping too many of those jabs either. They're both landing with a lot of regularity. Lewis is starting each round fast, but then rather switching off in the middle phases of the round. Bruno's been called programmed, stiff, robot-like in the past, but I don't know, for me in his comeback he's looked looser and better than the original model, and this is a good performance from him so far.
So far, very good performance, but the big bombs are coming in from both men now.
Lewis looking to get through with that right, but Bruno was wise to it, got his glove up well.
I think there's a little bit of a mouth development on Frank's side. It seems to be swelling up a bit, so obviously Lewis's jab, that very fast jab, is getting through.
Lewis is a bit more mobile in this round. He's skipping backwards and sometimes out of range of the jab. In the last 30 seconds, a bit more.
Well, he's getting his own jab going, and he's starting to double it up.
Fascinating battle here. And 4 rounds gone. The way we're scoring this so far, just to give you a little guide, Glenn McCrory and I, is identical. 2 rounds to Bruno, 1 to Lewis, with 1 even. And our stats man, Bob Mee, who watches a lot of boxing, kind of agrees with that too. Harold the Shadow Knight whips off the blanket in the corner of Lennox Lewis. Mickey Vann, the referee, very anxious to let everybody know that he is in charge. Here's a punch profile so far quickly for you. Lewis 49, Bruno 52, and Lewis complaining that he was punched round the back of the head by Bruno. Lewis, who in the build-up accused Bruno of being a dirty fighter. But when people start complaining to the referee, it's sometimes a sign that they're not entirely comfortable with things.
I think one thing I've never seen with Frank, I've never seen him this determined. He's very, very determined. Anything that Lennox does, he's coming back with something.
The word the Americans like to use is focused, isn't it? And it, I think, sums up
very
Bruno.
focused.
Oh, that's good from Lewis. 2 jabs and then a fast right hand, and Bruno ate all of those up. That really was a classy burst from the champion, but he needs more of that. And every time he does land, Bruno takes the shots and comes back. Again, Lewis is complaining about being held and pulled on the punches from round behind his neck. This is a tough and close fight.
It is very tough and very close. Both men giving it everything. But Lewis is having some tough moments. Frank is keeping control. He's still trying to force this fight behind that good jab.
Well, so far, Frank Bruno is making a few people eat their words here. His jab is working very well for him indeed, but Lewis is having a fair amount of success with his too. Stamina and desire to win could become big factors, you feel, later on in this. This shows every signs of developing into the toughest fight of Lennox Lewis's life.
That's right, we're going to have to see if this goes later into the fight, how the stamina of both men is, because this has been fought at a terrific pace. Good shots from Lewis, beautiful jab.
Lewis just upping the pace a bit. He's done that twice in this round. Double jab, then overhand right hand. Bruno is keeping up a very, very high work rate, though. This is a good fight for the heavyweight title. There were some lovely cameos in that round from Lennox Lewis, but Bruno never allowed the champion to really wrestle the initiative in a big way, did he, Glenn?
He didn't. He let Lennox, it's very close, and Lennox is in the fight. And he let Lennox start using that jab a bit, and Lennox threw some good shots. But Frank came back, as we see here, this overhand right, a club and punch. And I think it's unsettling Lewis a little bit. But that was a good combination there from Lennox. That was probably his best shots of the fight. Good double jab with the right hand behind it.
10 seconds.
Frank Bruno's had a little bit of a problem, possibly, with that left eye. It's just beginning to swell around the eyelid.